All right, you guys, I'm going to go over your science weather tools that you did yesterday. So, your first, and you guys should have taken some notes. So, and you answered the questions that were on those sheets. You just answered it on the Google form, but I asked you to write it in your notebook first, so you had it. So, meteorologist, a scientist who makes a scientific study of the weather based on findings, predicts or forecasts the weather. Like literally, I just copied it down from the slide. And then same thing with the rain gauge, an instrument used by scientists to measure the amount of rain or other forms of precipitation. And then you guys had a little piece of text to read about a rain gauge. And one of the questions was, why would it be useful to measure the rainfall over a long period of time? You did not need to write the question in your notebook unless you wanted to. I did, just so that when I'm going over it with you guys now, you know what I'm talking about, and I remembered what question it was. So rain gauge helps scientists track the amount of rainfall in an area so that they can tell if the area is getting the right amount of rain or if it is changing. So your answer should be very similar to that, because that's what I took directly from that piece of text. All right. Remember, you guys can pause it and stuff if you need to write it down before I go on to the next one or add to yours. All right. You had number 2. You would explain how a rain gauge works. Now, you didn't need to go into super big, long detail. I mean, a rain gauge is a tube with a scale on the side of it. It collects the rain in the tube, and scientists can measure it. Just nice and simple. And then your next one was a thermometer. A thermometer is an instrument used to measure temperature in degrees on a Fahrenheit or Celsius scale. United States uses the Fahrenheit scale. Celsius is used in a lot of European countries, and I think Canada uses it also. But United States uses Fahrenheit. So the first one was, tell what you would wear to school if it was 20 degrees outside. Well, if it's 20 degrees Fahrenheit outside, it's pretty cold. I mean, it's below freezing, because freezing is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So I would wear pants for sure, and a long sleeve shirt, and probably a sweater over it to school, because it would be pretty cold outside. And then tell what you would wear to school if it were 80 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Well, 80 degrees is pretty warm. It was like one of the days last week when it was really hot outside. So I would wear a short sleeve dress and sandals because it would be hot. Now yours, of course, I mean, you're going to be wearing something different, but it should definitely be stuff that you would wear in cold weather and in hot weather. All right. And that's all you guys have for today. So make sure you check over your work. Make sure that Google form is filled out. And I will see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend.